Should you sell in the fall or wait till the spring? That's the number one question we're getting right now. And today, we're going to answer that question. So if you're thinking about selling your home right now, you might be wondering, should I sell now, here in the fall, or wait until the spring? Well, let me tell you why this fall could be the perfect time for you to sell here in Southern California in Los Angeles. So first off, what we usually find is that fall buyers are really serious. The buyers out there right now, they typically tend to be really highly motivated. Whether they're relocating for work, they're looking to settle in before the holidays, they have a need for family, maybe multi-generational, maybe they have a baby, maybe they're looking to downsize, or they simply have just been waiting for the right home. They typically are usually ready to make offers right now. So another reason why a lot of times it makes more sense to sell in the fall and even in the winter is less competition, right? Because in the spring, the market is flooded with new listings, right? So if you're thinking about selling in the spring, think about all the other sellers that have the same idea as you, that they think that the home is probably better off to sell it in the spring as opposed to fall or winter. So let's talk about a little bit about the inventory right now. So right now, there are fewer homes on the market, so your property has the chance of really standing out. And currently right now, we have 10,222 properties for sale in the entire Los Angeles County. Now, that is up from 8,000 approximately the same time in 2022, but it's also down from the spring by about 15 to 20%, depending on the neighborhood. That obviously has a lot to do with the interest rates. Now, before we get into the interest rates, going back to the inventory being down, let's take a look at zip code 91326, for example, right? Back in February, you only had 34 properties for sale out of about 13,000 single-family units. And then the interest rates in April went all the way up to 7.25%. And now as the interest rates have come back down, we're sitting in the low sixes right now. After going all the way up to 104 properties for sale earlier this year, now that inventory is sitting at 87. So that number is starting to come down, and we're starting to see that county-wide. All right, so interest rates. Obviously, that's really the driving factor right now when it comes to what's taking place in the marketplace right now. So right now, as the rates are coming down, the buyers right now are having to get used to being in multiple offer situations again. So a lot of times, in the last couple months, you could probably get in under the list price right now, right? So in LA County, most homes are averaging about 1.7% above the list price. And so now that there's a little bit less competition right there in the market and the interest rates are coming down, the buyers are starting to jump off the fence again. And what we're starting to see is more competition again. It's not uncommon to see 3 to 4 offers on the properties right now. So, and you combine that with the fact that most experts agree that rates will probably be in the high 5s next year. And so again, we started at 7.25 back in April, and now we're down in the low 6s right now. So you're already starting to see the effects of the rate cuts so far. All right, so when it comes to the actual interest rates, what we're finding with a lot of buyers and sellers, especially if you're a homeowner right now that maybe you got in 3 to 4%, well, what we typically find is that there can be about a 2% gap. And what I mean with the 2% gap is that basically that if you got it in the interest rate of 4%, then you might be able to give up that interest rate for a great deal or a great home if the interest rate was 2% or less. So in the case of 4%, anything under 6%, you might be able to jump off that proverbial fence. And that's what we're seeing right now too on our listing. So we just got an offer accepted in the city of Valencia, and that home had a couple of offers. And so, maybe about a month ago, that home was probably sitting and you were seeing price reductions all over the place, but we're starting to see right now the market really pick up again. So if you're looking to sell right now and you already have a place to go, it's probably not a bad idea to actually explore the idea of selling now as more buyers are heading into the marketplace. And again, you have less competition. All right, so let's talk about something else. Hey, again, here in Los Angeles, this isn't like Tulsa or Minnesota or up in the Northeast, right? So the weather here in Los Angeles is amazing in the fall. Obviously you got the gorgeous sunsets, the mild temperatures, so many things to do here in Southern California. And just the weather itself just really has a chance to make your home look really beautiful here in the fall when it comes to taking photos and twilight pictures. And the house that we're standing at today, this is a great case about that. So they had asked us whether or not it made more sense to actually sell in the winter or the spring. And we told them what was going on in the marketplace right now. And as a result of that, literally in just about 10 days, we actually able to secure an offer on this home. So if you're looking to sell, whether it be the fall or the spring, you have to weigh the pros and cons. Again, if you're looking to do it in the fall, less competition, rates are lower right now, and you have more buyers entering into the marketplace as we speak. So I'd like to know below, if you was you, would you be selling in the spring or the fall? Any real estate questions about when's the best time to sell, reach out to us. I'm Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. You can reach me at 818-396-3311. That's 818-396-3311. Thanks again for watching our video, and we'll see you on the next one.